When value for money is the primary objective, prestigious brands always start the rally against their competition with a handicap. Acura, on the other hand, is considered a prestigious brand that is all about good bang for the buck. Even in the category of performance executive sedans where competition is steep, Acura seems to have an alluring product. The 2013 Acura TL Elite Super Handling All-Wheel Drive competes head-on with a class-leading BMW 335i xDrive, the surprisingly good Cadillac ATS All-Wheel Drive 3.6-liter, and the sporty but now aged Infiniti G37X. Considering what comes with the elite trim level in the Acura, at $49,750, it is the most affordable one, which is clearly a big advantage. The Acura TL packs a 3.7-liter V6 VTEC engine that outputs 305 horse and 273 pound-feet of torque, and the super handling all-wheel drive system is one of the best you can get. The Elite trim level comes fully loaded with tons of airbags, anti-lock brakes, stability control, a 6-speed automatic gearbox with paddle shifters, full leather upholstery, power moonroof, blind spot monitoring, rear view camera, navigation, the amazing ELS sound system, and more. The exterior design looks upscale enough to make it in the executive sedan segment, and the rear with the dual exhausts does give away the fact that there's some serious power under the hood. The front grille is Acura trademark, so it looks like it's going about with a piece of ID in its mouth.
The interior quality is top-notch.
Fit and finish are excellent and everything is well within reach. The driving position is fully customizable, so getting comfortable is really easy, and then you can start enjoying the drive in the very snug seats. Visibility, despite the low roofline, is good, and the rear view camera and blind spot monitoring system aid the driver's confidence.
The rear seats are made for 2 adults, and only a small child can fit in the raised middle part. Legroom is okay, but headroom is not the greatest.
The rear seats are not foldable, but you do get a ski trap in the middle to pass longer items through the trunk, which at 371 liters is not exactly the most spacious in the class, but it is enough for loading your weekend getaway gear. The 3.7-liter V6 VTEC engine is the heart of the TL, as the 305 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque produced are alive and kicking. It feels like it runs on vitamin-enriched smoothies, as it is extremely refined and feels so healthy. The performance is addictive, and the soundtrack of the V6 constantly triggers your chills biosensor. It also gets good mileage. On the highway, we averaged 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers, and in the city 11.9, for a combined fuel economy of 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers. So despite the requirement for premium unleaded, running costs are very reasonable. Throttle response is instant thanks to the naturally aspirated engine, and the 6-speed automatic transmission is quite sporty by default. Oddly, switching to sport mode doesn't make a hell of a difference, but you can then use the paddle shifters to take over and enjoy the rev matching technology that allows you to drop 2 gears at once.
Now on the road, the TL feels like it's on rails. The grip is really impressive.
The super handling all-wheel drive system keeps sending torque to the grippiest wheels, so even in bad weather conditions, traction is unsurpassed. The brake pedal feels crisp, and the brakes bring the TL to a complete stop from 100 kilometers an hour in 46 meters. The stability control can be switched off to have some fun, but even when it's on, its operation is very discreet. The chassis feels rigid, and even though the TL is set up to handle, it is also comfortable enough for the daily drive. You can feel it work its way over bumps and potholes, but thanks to the quiet suspension bushings and squeak-free cabin, comfort levels are very acceptable for a high-performance sedan. All controls have good weight and feeling to them. The steering, the brakes, even the switches and buttons all feel properly engineered, but somehow there's no drama, no DNA element to make you form a love relationship with it. And that's perhaps the only problem with the TL. It might not be an all-new car, but it does still feel fresh, and it has lots of things going for it. The performance, the handling, and the value are truly the highlights. Realistically, it is about 10 grand less than the king of the hill BMW 335 xDrive, but the truth is, it is not 10k less of a car.